think about that vowel placement. Think about where our tongues are going.
Good point. The more you think of what he did previously, now means you're learning. All right. Here we go. You smiled when we parted, it hurt me somehow. I thought there was nothing worthwhile. The tables are turning and you're sorry now, while I'm just now learning to smile. Sorry now, who's sorry now, whose heart is aching for breaking each vow, and who's sad and blue and crying too, just like I cried over you, right to the end. Just like a friend, I tried to warn you somehow. You had your way, and now you must pay. I'm glad that you're sorry now, 'cause it was right to the end. Just like a friend, I tried to warn you somehow. You know that you had your way, but now we're through and you must pay. I'm through with just giving. I'm gonna start living. I'm glad that you're sorry now.
Great, awesome. What went well in that song, in that same word?
Remember the words.
Remember! That is my chorus's favorite response to when we're singing a relatively new song, especially, and I ask, what went well? One of the first options is, one of the first things that they usually say is, we got all the words! Awesome. What else? What else is a success?
Watching, really watching. I used the music to make sure I wasn't making mistakes on the cutoffs, because we want the guys to energize into the cutoffs because we've got a lot of offbeat tendencies.
Great, and there's a lot of following with that, so fantastic. Good.
I think we did carry some of those concepts from the first half of rehearsal. I thought there was a brighter overall sound to that.
Do we have agreement on that? Yeah, I think I thought that I hadn't heard this before, right? So I can compare it, but I agree as a chorus sound, it felt like a lot more of that was in. So great, good stuff. Anything else? Any thoughts on what could be improved? I'm sure a lot of us are like, yeah, I've got a million things that I can work on. Yeah.
I thought it got a little shouty.
Okay.
Too loud.
Too loud? Is that what you're saying?
Well, the whole thing was loud. There was nothing.
There wasn't much relief, right? So looking for those opportunities for relief. Yeah, I agree with that. There are a couple of things I'd love to touch on. So, can we start after the intro?
One of the things that we always get knocked on, especially these uptunes, is they'll say, well, what is the kind of song is it? Is it an uptune? Is it a rhythm song? Is it this kind of song? Apparently they don't think we display that.
Okay. So what do you think this one is?
I think it's kind of a rhythm song, but it's also an uptune.
Well, uptune isn't one of those categories. The categories are rhythm song, harmonic song, lyric song, melodic is the theme melodic, so the melody, the most important aspect. Or I think comedy is literally the fifth one. Right, so you've got harmonic, lyric, melodic, rhythmic are kind of the four that we're looking at. So I think primarily this one's probably rhythmic. Yeah, and by virtue of it being an uptune, most uptunes are rhythmic. Some of them are very strongly harmonic and also happen to be up-tempo. I think this one has a lot of harmony stuff in it, but primarily it's the rhythm. And it's the interplay between the rhythms. So as far as that's concerned, bringing that out is going to be anytime you have an echo or anytime there's some kind of interesting syncopation or offbeat, that we find a way to emphasize that. So we can talk about that a little bit. I'd also love to, can we start from where the bassists have to pick up for the chorus? So send them. But then, bassist, will you give us that pickup and then stop singing, and it'll just be the top three parts. Who's sorry now, and forward. Yeah? Make sense? Good. 1, 2, 3.
So who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Whose heart is aching for breaking each vow? Who's sad and blue and crying too, just like I cry over you.
That's overall nice sound. It's a nice sound that has some lift in it, which is great. Let's get that B flat again. Cool. Good stuff. So, who's sorry now? What was I going to say? It's got a lot of weight to it right now, and we're feeling a lot of those. Can we make sure, first of all, we're standing tall, or sitting tall and comfortable, rather? And then we're all going to, some of you might have done this before, we're all going to grab a piece of chalk. Everybody has a piece of chalk. Great, and there's right in front of you is a chalkboard. We're going to get ourselves set up on the chalkboard, and we'll sing, who's sorry, who's sorry, who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Whose heart is aching and breaking each vow? So just a really smooth, slow line, and just when you get to the end, just kind of turn around and go back the other way, or keeping it really smooth and connected. Can we try that? So same top three parts, no basses, and are we able to start right on who's sorry, so we don't even have the pickup? Great. 2, 3, and
Who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Whose heart is aching for breaking each vow? Who's sad and blue and crying too, just like I cry over you.
Good work. So we've got that smoothness. Now here's the trick. Singing up tunes is a lot like that imagery of a duck swimming on the water, right? If you look above the water, it's all serene and it's just, floating along nice and smooth. So that's that connection that we were just singing with. But under the water, right? And so that is the pulse of the music. Whatever the note is, right? But so there's that really smooth connected line, but every rhythmic part of that fits exactly in the groove of happening underneath it. Yeah? So frequently what ends up happening is where, I have to stay in tempo, and you get that, who's sorry now, because you're thinking, who's sorry now, right? And we go, okay, no, we're going to smooth it out. Who's sorry now? Who's sorry? Where's the beat? We've lost it completely. So we've got to have both going. Internally, we feel, while on the top, it's yes, makes sense? Great. So, can we, if you can, since we're sitting, you got your laps. Right. Now let's actually, I'll snap. You can tap, or whatever you need to do to try to stay in that tempo together. Gonna get the B flat, please. And let's have basses sing. So, is that all right? Am I a bit fast on it? Can you hear? Sorry now. Try that. 1, 2, 3. So
sorry now, sorry now, whose heart is aching for breaking each song, who's sad and blue and crying through and crying through, just like I cried over you, right to the end, just like a friend. Somehow you had your way, and now you must pay. I'm glad that you're sorry now.
good. So you're going to feel that a little bit, right? So we've got the tempo staying the same. We're not slowing everything down, but it's smooth and connected as we're going through. So it's a little bit of one of these, right? Because we got to feel that. While the actual singing is nice and smooth. So now back to just the top trio for a moment. What I'm looking for is hearing that kind of right lift that just naturally comes from singing in those higher baritone, lead, and tenor ranges. And then basses, I love to have us join back in and not break that lifted right sound that, again, can sometimes naturally come from just singing in that low range. Yeah? So we're going to want to, as a section basis, let our part be a part of what's happening without adding a mightiness to it that comes from the low register. Make sense? Am I making sense? Yes, good. Okay. 3 parts, please. On words without what's happening and stuff, but internally try to feel that. Am I going too fast? Is that tempo too quick?
It does seem rushed.
Great.
It does seem rushed.
Sorry. Is that more there? I want to do where you want to do it, and I'm just kind of, I'm so used to hearing the song. Great. That's easier anyway. Good. Top 3 parts.
Sorry now, sorry now, whose heart is aching for breaking each vow, who's sad and blue and crying through, just like I cried over you.
Let's add basses, and so you feel that lift basses that's coming from those top 3 parts. Again, just by virtue of everyone singing in a tenor range, let's add the bass in, but kind of have that feeling of a tenor. I can demonstrate it because I have one, and I cannot sound like a bass. So who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Whose heart is aching for breaking each up loud? Sing all the wrong notes. Hear that difference? Who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Has this mightiness to it. Who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Whose heart is nice and just rich and smooth, but forward and lifting light. Cool. 4 parts, please, with that pickup. 2.
So who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Whose heart is aching for breaking each vow? Who's sad and blue and crying too, just like I cried over you. Right to the end, just like a friend I cried.
was looking for, this is a tough one. There are not a lot of really obvious spots for dynamic relief. The whole thing just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and there aren't obvious spots. So we're going to have to kind of create some, manufacture some that makes some sense. So early on, there's, the intro is fine. We've got the who's sad and blue is probably a good spot to come back on. Who's sad and blue and crying too, just like I cry over you. Right to the end, it's gonna be pretty big. Just like a friend, I'll try to warn you somehow. That's probably gonna be a good spot to get a little bit of relief and then come back in. So we're looking for those opportunities to relax off the gas a little bit. I was going to say relax off the voice. We don't want to come off of our voice at all, right? The resonance stays the whole time. It just gets volume knobbed down, volume knobbed back up. So let's start with that same spot, bass pickup. So one, two.
So sorry now, sorry now.
Let's start at kind of like a 4 or 5 out of 10 volume level here. So it's a good, confident sound, but we're not loud yet, right? So 2.
So sorry now, oh sorry now, whose heart is aching for breaking his heart, who's sad and blue and crying through, just like I cried over you, right to the end, just like a friend, I tried to warn you somehow. You had your way, and now you must stay. I'm glad that you're sorry now, 'cause it was right to the end.
Good, that's good work. So we got a couple of spots that give us some relief there that you can look for. Right here at the key change does a lot of work for us. Just by going up a half step, it feels louder and bigger, right? So do we need to also get louder and bigger? We don't need to, because it doesn't work for us. So that's an opportunity for us to get the growth that you're all intuitively feeling. That's a correct feeling, wanting to have that bump up in the sound. But it's already happening without us having to do the work. So I agree, this is one of those spots where it feels like we're over singing a little bit, and we can just, again, let the arrangement do it for us. So we've got that, I'm glad that you were sorry, now you're sorry now, cause it was right, versus cause it was right. We don't have to do that, it happens with the key change. And then we're gonna have more room to put more things in after that.
Yep.
Great, cool. Double checking, we're like 3 minutes away from 9 o'clock, or, yeah.
We have all night.
It is good. No, we don't. I know that there's a carryover. Can we start on right to the end, 33? Is that after the key change? It's before the key change, because this is the first one here. Right, 1, 2, 3.
Right to the end, just like a friend, I tried to warn you somehow. You had your way, and now you must pay. I'm glad that you're sorry now, 'cause it was right to the end.
nice. Good job on all of that. So now we didn't over-sing. And again, the arrangement, the music does what? Yeah, it gets higher, right? The range of the arrangement is getting higher. So we get the key change, and then all the chords are now living higher than they were before. So once again, the arrangement did the work for us. We can just sing it comfortably and not feel like we have to make that volume happen. Higher just tends to sound louder, and in our voices, because the vocal folds are vibrating faster, it feels louder as well, right? So, I'm singing equally loud on both of those. The higher one just definitely sounds louder, right? So we don't have to do that work, it does it for us. Then we've got, I think when the basses come back in on, because I'm through, we've just given, let that be a wholesale, we've had the whole, sorry, but now we're through and you must pay, because I'm just giving, I'm gonna start, and then you've got this whole big long growth to the end of the song. Make sense? Great. Let's go then from the bass pickup in the song, in the halftime section. Then going into number 57, now in song. Yeah, exactly. 1, 2. You know if you have your way. Let's delay that growth even more. Because I'm through with just giving. We don't want to go all the way there, right? We want to go part way, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. So let the crescendo start right away, but not just go and then max out and stay there for a long time, right? We start right on, because I'm through. 1, 2, 3. Because I'm through with just giving. I'm gonna start living. I'm glad that you're sorry now. Nice, good. And that last crescendo, make sure that we're not suddenly using our abdominal muscles. If you think louder means press, you can hear it in my voice. When I start pressing, the tension that comes from here comes in here immediately. No! You get that feeling, right? So, no! We want to keep it open and resonant and ringy, and louder is going to use more air, but not by pressing it, right? And if anything, the best trick that I teach every quartet at, because after it was taught to me, it was like, revelation, this makes my job so easy, is at the very, very end, when you feel like I've reached the maximum volume that I have in good quality, you can roll the vowel just a little bit. Make the vowel just a hair brighter, right at the very end. No! Go towards that ah, right at the end, right before that diphthong. Okay? Want to try it? Great! Alright. That didn't sound so confident, but we're doing it anyway. Let's have that be natural, please. 1, 2, 3. 'Cause I'm through with just giving. A little softer and I'm through with just giving. 'Cause I'm through with just giving. I'm gonna start living. I'm glad that you're sorry now. Yeah, great. Good job. Good energy there. All right, I think we're there. 9 o'clock. We did it. Thank you for